Mr. Chairman, I'm very pleased to yield 2 minutes to the gentlelady from Missouri, Ms. Wagner, a real fighter on our committee, chair of the Oversight and Investigations Subcommittee.
Gentlelady from Missouri is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to stand before you today to speak on H.R. 10, the Financial Choice Act, and I'd like to thank Chairman Hensarling and all my colleagues on the House Financial Services Committee for their hard work on this legislation, including holding 145 hearings on Dodd-Frank and the Choice Act. For nearly 10 years following the financial crisis, our country witnessed one of the weakest recoveries of our lifetimes, as Dodd-Frank held small businesses and families hostage and prevented our economy from growing. Now it is harder for families to qualify for a mortgage, obtain that auto loan, and access other forms of credit that they depend on every single day. The only beneficiaries from Dodd-Frank have been Washington bureaucrats who have grown more powerful and big banks who have only grown bigger at the expense of your personal freedoms and your freedom to make your own financial decisions. Dodd-Frank has failed the American people. Instead, the Choice Act, which stands for creating hope and opportunity for investors, consumers, and entrepreneurs, represents a better way from this Republican Congress that will provide Americans with the financial opportunities that they deserve. The Choice Act is about helping Main Street, not Wall Street, and will increase lending in our communities, open up our economy, and end taxpayer-funded bank bailouts, and hold Wall Street and Washington accountable. It will allow us to impose the toughest penalties on Wall Street executives who engage in fraud, deception, and self-dealing. Unlike before, executives who commit financial crimes will be held accountable rather than innocent taxpayers and shareholders. Americans deserve relief from the regulatory burden and lack of financial options that Dodd-Frank has created. Americans deserve the Right Choice Act. I urge my colleagues to support H.R. 10, and I yield back the balance of my time, Mr. Speaker.